Dino Duel is an awesome little indie card game on itch.io. I want to try it out and end up playing it for 3 hours straight. The biggest problem I find is the lack of a tutorial, so I'm making this video now to fix that. To start with, let's look at the cards. Starting from the top, we have the dinosaur type. Each of these has a type advantage and a weakness that's shown in the bottom left corner. When you attack with a dino that's weak to your own, you get an extra attack dice. Since attack dice can only go up to 4 normally, that's pretty great. On the other hand, if you're weak to the opposing monster, there's no drawback for attacking. Just be ready to be smacked around if you don't defeat it. Each dinosaur type has its own ability as well. The red ones can sacrifice their defense to boost their attack. Blue ones can defeat enemies if they roll better on defense than their opponent's attack. The yellows and the greens, though, are luckier on attack and defense respectively. Next we have star value. This is how many points this creature is worth when defeated. You don't want to give your opponent too many points, so keep this in mind when you're building your deck. And last but not least is attack and defense values. These are how many dice you get to roll when attacking or defending respectively. Each die has one of 3 sides it can land on. A failure, a half success, and a full success. Half successes only count as another half success is rolled, then you get one regular success. Because of this, rolling 1 attack or defense die is way worse than rolling 2 dice. Any half successes will just go to waste. Another thing to note is that defense will win any time, so keep that in mind when you're playing an attack. Alright, now that we understand how the cards work, let's talk about playing the game. As a player, we'll always go first, drawing 3 cards. Each turn after the first, we'll draw 1 more card, and if we have more than 3 in our hand, we discard down to 3. Each time we discard a card, it adds 1 to the volcano meter, which will explode and end the match once it becomes full. When a dinosaur dies, their star value is added to the volcano count as well as half the combo meter. Combos build up 1 point at a time every time you attack. If you win a combat, half the combo meter is added to your points, rounded down. Whoever has the most points once the volcano explodes wins the match. If you already have a dinosaur in play, you can sacrifice it to play another dinosaur in your hand. Doing this will cut whatever combo is there in half, rounded down. Because you can do this at any point during your turn, you can attack with your first dinosaur and then replace it if you need to. Alright, that should cover the basics of the game, so let's get into how to win. I really think you should try the game out before watching this section, so pause the video here if you want to. The most important factor of this game is the star value of your cards. Because of this, Acronothosaurus and Carnotaurus are some of the best dinosaurs in the game. Using the red ability to sacrifice defense, Acro here can have an amazing 4 attack strength, putting it at an advantage against any defender since the highest defense score in the game is just only 3. Because Acro is a 2-star dinosaur, he trades evenly with the vast majority of cards and even up against 3-star cards. You'll lose him the vast majority of the time, but so long as you bag yourself at least 2 stars worth of opposing dinosaurs, it's worth it. Carnotaurus is like a much smaller version of Acro, but no less effective. His boosted 3 attack has slightly lower than 50-50 chance to kill any dinosaur in the game, and even most 3-star dinosaurs only have effectively 2 defense. Because the AI will always use the red boosting ability, you can rather reliably bring down a T-Rex with a measly 1-star monster. Speaking of the T-Rex, she's basically the only 3-star monster I'd recommend for your deck. At a hefty 3/3 stat line, she's able to fight as well as Carnotaurus and still maintain an excellent defense. Once she's been able to absorb 1 attack, you can activate the red ability to push for more damage and swing in for a second kill. Then, you just sacrifice her for a less valuable dinosaur and keep all the benefits of the last 2 turns. Speaking of low-value dinosaurs, say hello to Velociraptor and friends. These guys are the perfect defensive creatures with a measly 1-star value and at least 2 defense. Because you can't attack on turn 1 of these is your best play. They have a decent chance to survive, and even if you lose them, they're only worth a single point. If you attacked with your T-Rex a second time, or by some miracle Acro has lived to attack again, these guys can come in and shore up your defense and drop the number of points your opponents can earn. This kind of begs the question, what is the best dinosaur in the game? Is it the fearsome T-Rex, the mighty Triceratops, or is it this feathery boy? Remember how I said the star value is the most important stat in the game? Well, look at the Brachiosaurus, and now look at Deinonychus. See the problem here? The uncommon value Deinonychus has the best stat line in the game, and thanks to being a yellow card, it can reliably get at least 1 point when it attacks. It's a real jerk, and you should pack 3 copies in your deck as soon as you can. Ironically, this makes the cheapo March of the Giants pack the best in the game, because you have a good chance to pull Deinonychus. Even more ironically, Brachiosaurus is the cover rare of that set. In fact, I recommend running the other uncommon, Diplodocus, solely to more easily kill Deinonychus. Diplo is a rather generic 3/1, but because green cards have an advantage against yellows, she acts like an acro against Deinonychus. This means you can save your acros for more valuable targets. Now's a good time to talk about stalling the game. If you're using your acros effectively and you're ahead on points, you might want to shift into playing the Velociraptor game, because their low value and decent defenses can let the turns kind of just drag out. The AI will almost never replace their dinosaurs, so every turn they'll discard a card and add to the volcano count. Because combo only builds when attacks are made, you can simply skip your attack and avoid giving the AI more opportunities for points. This is especially effective when facing down to Pentaceratops, because while it can destroy your attacker on defense, if you never attack, that never comes into play. This means you only need to replace your dinosaurs every other turn to keep the combo down, and can discard extra dinosaurs for volcano points. In fact, if your hand is crowded with high value cards for some reason, you can simply play nothing at all, as direct attacks only give points equal to the number of successful attacks. This means it's very unlikely that your opponent will be able to score 3 points attacking directly. Alright, that's my advice for the game. So if you have anything you want to add, just throw it in the comments below and I'll give it a read. In any case, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!